Why don't you work on a bigger mission, a bigger project, a bigger challenge? Why don't you do something greater? It's funny, bro, loads of people have asked us recently, like, why did we do it? Where did it start? How did the Mission Planet start? And I think, like, it made me reflect on it quite a lot and think about where did this all really begin? And I think to have that conversation while we're sat at the Great Pyramids of Giza,
no better place.
There is no better place, bro. The Mission Planet, for us, is perfect. We are on a mission every single day. We're on an adventure every single day for the betterment of the planet, whether it be humanity, wildlife, as you would like to say, sharing different perspectives from around the world. That is what we're all about. So when we heard that name, it was no debate. It was, we'd been to and fro with, what was the one that you're...
Pay It
Forward from your dad, and all the different... to be honest, our names were horror. It was just...
anything we came up with was absolutely...
absolutely
horrible. Well, I sound like Jim Carrey, didn't I?
Absolutely.
Being okay with getting help from people around you.
Yeah,
a lot of the ideas Rohan and I come up with, we brainstorm and then we'll do it. I'll explain an idea, then say like what I think it should be, and it'll be awful. Like a name for something. I've done it so many times, so have you. And then we go, well, yeah, the idea's there. Let's just figure out the name later. And we normally go and ask someone else, either your mum, Richard, my parents.
But that's what you said.
Got to lean on
other
the
people.
Yeah, 100%.
Man,
and you got to be okay with it, because we would be nowhere near where we are today if we didn't lean on the people around us and the support system we have, who now are part of the company.
People say, how did the Mission Planet start? You look at our first video that we made, straight away we had such a beautiful response from people. Like, for people to see us make a video about how passionate we were about giving back to animal welfare, that's such a random thing to come from both of our two accounts, and no one may have known how close we were or what conversations
if you don't know us,
that
you
we
might
had.
not necessarily.
No, you wouldn't. And I get it from my point of view. Obviously, people that had followed my page would have seen me in Thailand the year before volunteering there anyway. But for us to then blend our two passions and skill sets together that essentially have now skill shared on each other, I'm so much better in this field and you're so much better in another field. Like, that is what a partnership, whether it be business, friendship, romantic, whatever partnership people have in life, you should always try and better each other.
100%, bro.
And losing Rufus was a big catalyst. I always wanted to do something in his honour, and it was obviously my black Labrador that I grew up with. I always wanted to do something in his honour, and I always felt like giving back to a stray animal sanctuary, I was doing that. And then, like you said, it just snowballed straight away. You took my idea and built it into something so beautiful, or helped me build it into something so beautiful, and then it just, I mean, for two 19-year-olds to raise £6,000 in a couple of months for a random little island in Thailand is insane. you look at the life of a street dog, both in Egypt, Thailand, anywhere that we've been that we've shown you, it is absolutely brutal. But it is just as brutal for the rescues in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Like Coco was so brutally abused as a breeding bitch, to the point that which she'd been so overbred, the litter that she had were all, is it called stillborn?
Oh yeah, I think
All of them.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's stillborn.
All the puppies that she had already died before she gave birth, and that's due to the severe overbreeding that she had, and because of that, she was then discarded. And then we saw this blurry little picture on my mum's iPhone get sent through on WhatsApp, and at the time, my grandparents were living alone in Hereford, and all was okay at the time. My nan wasn't ill as she is, and my granddad was fully compos mentis and a big dog man that he is. And we thought, this would be perfect for my granddad to have a beautiful little rescue dog. And we thought, we went over there and we took Rufus, because we thought if she doesn't get on with Rufus, she can't come home.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we walked in that house and saw her, we all looked at each other. It was my granddad actually that said, she's never coming back here again. If you have a bit of patience and a bit of kindness,
A bit of TLC.
these dogs will give you the world.
It's like what Tracy said yesterday about the ballady dogs, but really street dogs in general, and just dogs in general really. They just want to be loved, and they're so appreciative when you do give them love.
100%.
Obviously, especially street dogs and rescue dogs, because of the toughness they face in their life. But all dogs really, they really appreciate just you caring about them.
Oh mate, it's making my heart actually feel bigger thinking about her, bro. We say to each other all the time, like when we look at her in her eyes, we can see she is saying thank you for rescuing me every time.
The fact that we're back here, you would have heard us mention it a couple of times that we're back here. The first time we came here, we'd left Thailand obviously, we'd done that whole fundraiser, and we decided to continue doing the Mission Planet, even though I was at uni and you were working a full-time job like you said. We'd done a couple of things, but obviously trying to link up and see each other from Nottingham to Stratford, and I think we'd done a couple of things for men's mental health, children's cancer I think, and then it came back to Christmas. I was out here, or just before I was out here. No, it was in summer, I think, actually, I said it. I was out here in summer, and I was like, I'm leaving at Christmas. It's my last time here. Rohan has to come here. He has to. Like, I think I must have been here. Must have had another guest or something, but I was like, I literally just stopped in the car, and I was like looking around, and I was like, oh, he's got to.
Yeah, and
because you mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Like, you mentioned it, must have been 2 years ago. I remember because I'd sent you a picture.
Yeah.
Back in the day, on Snapchat, back in the day. Literally, there,
Yeah.
I'd done like a selfie with that pyramid in the background, and you were like, what did you write? No way, man's taking a selfie with the pyramid, or something across those lines. And I went, it clicked for me like how much you love this stuff. I was like, I think I must have been talking about how the fact we were leaving after Christmas, and I was like, it's got to come, it's got to do it.
I would highly advise anybody in this world, if you can, travel as much as possible, and don't just travel, immerse yourself in the country's culture.